Boo. Hello, everyone. It's me, Christine, again. Actually, no, it's not. It's, Simply on the Prairie. I didn't do my morning shed yet. That's why I'm late. But that's okay. You're late for class too, probably some of you. So, yeah. Sometimes you're late, so I'm allowed to be late too. I gotta find my slides. Oh, there they are. Okay, perfect. What? All right, welcome on in, everyone. It's Saturday. It's Simply Saturday. I hope everyone's doing well. It's your birthday on Monday. Happy birthday on Monday, Bethan. My neighborhood Ulta has Holo taco? Question mark? Is that a they do? Affirmative? What should I pick up when getting my birthday freebie? What's a birthday freebie? You mean from Holo Taco? From Holo Taco, you get a birthday freebie you can redeem within 90 days of your birthday for your email. Yeah. But if you're just shopping for yourself, I don't know. There's a bunch of good shades at Ulta, including some new ones like Sparkling Spurs, Shooting Star Taco, Just Vamping, Venetian Views, Cardinal Sins. Those are some of the newer ones. That's exciting. So welcome on into the mods, the cats, the dogs, and your moms. I thought it would be fun today to not paint nails, because who does that anymore? Not me. Simplydatalogical. But talk about nails instead, to do some data. So that's what we're going to do today. But before we get into that, I think I should take out my hair, because it would be kind of random and strange if I just like had this in my hair in the shorts that are going to be derived from this data stream, right? Like, that's awkward. So let's just take out my hair together. Oh no, it's the BB No Money girl. What kind of data can you give on the BB No Money collab? That a minority of respondents reported BB No Money as a potential collaborator in that open-ended question on the recent Holo Taco survey. Unfortunately, it was not near the top. Stephanie, it's my birthday on Monday too. I will be a 34-year-old lady. I plan on wearing topaz tears. Stunning. That, I guess that's a November birthday. RIP to your birthstone. Unfortunately, not many people bought it. Sucks. All right, grab your tea. I'm drinking Simply Maple Breakfast, of course, in this mug that I can use now publicly without people screaming at me. Okay, just international people will scream at me, but majority of you won't be, because they did restock it at David's Tea, so you can get the Holo Taco collab mug at David's Tea's online store. Much needed. This is my first sip of tea of the day. You just take it in. Drinking tea is like meditating for me, and I guess I drink tea like 5 times a day. But yeah, that's how I feel. It brings me peace and calm. I'm going on holiday far away in a few weeks to South Korea. I'm gonna paint my nails for the occasion, of course. Ooh, a secret tree. What should you paint your nails with? Maybe Far From the Tree. That's a good warm green. Shout out to all the warm green lovers. And Far From the Tree. That's a good shade. I kind of want to put it on now. What am I wearing? I know, you're gonna ask. I'm wearing One Coat Black and Solar Unicorn Skin because it's been like 5 years, and the swatches on our website of those 3 OG unicorn skins, Aurora, Cosmic, and Solar, were all swatched over Indigo Away. And for 5 years, I've been telling myself, like, I'll redo it over black, because then after that, I subsequently like set a precedent that toppers would be shown over black. And for some reason, I didn't do that way back when. So now I'm redoing it, which is fine, because my photos 5 years ago are not as good as they are today. But it just like, I kept putting it off because I don't have time. But I found a little sliver of time, so I just completed those. Now I have to edit the photos, though. I did it, but I have to process them. Anyway, so that's why I've been doing that. Some people have been asking. Been sick for a week. Oh no! Author without nails? With nails? But I'm happy to be able to catch a stream with the Menchie Gang since I've been very busy. Everyone's just so busy. It's okay. You're busy, I'm late. Like, what's going on? All right, let's unfurl the hair before we get into the data. Okay, because I can't be looking like this for class. So in case you're wondering what the hell is in my hair, this is what they call overnight curls. Just like overnight oats, just like, what else is overnight? I don't know, an overnight face mask, whatever. Things that cure overnight, things that come to life by baking, by cooking overnight. So my hair's been cooking without heat. And one of the only few things that keep my curls in my fine hair is overnight curls. I don't know. I found like heat methods just don't work. They just like fall out. So this has been the only thing that's like actually kept some volume for like a 24-hour period. Not perfectly, but it does something. Yeah. So basically when my hair was wet last night, like a shower, clean, yay. And then I let it mostly dry, but like not totally. I put a bunch of leave-in conditioner, like spray, to re-wet it a little bit so it's like slightly wet. And then I wrap it around this really long sock-like thing. Look how I'm just a girl. I kind of like the red streaks in it, which, yes, I did dye my hair in case you're stumbling in here like, what? The red streaks look kind of sick in this. Like, look how cool that is. Like, I kind of want to leave it. This makes me want to put my hair in French braids with this hair because I think it would look really cool. You think I look beautiful like this? Should I just leave it in? I have to go for dinner tonight. I'll just go like this. I'll just wear all red too. Manny asks, wearing or bite me and gold flake taco to match the British royalty helicopter under main. I have no idea what you're speaking of. Wish I could show it, but not allowed. You're not allowed? What? What's going on over there? All right. Okay, let's unfurl. That's basically French braids. It's kind of a French braid, but the method that I've been doing for overnight curls is like you take one side and you twist it under, and then you take the other side and you twist it the other way, and then you kind of wrap. So it's not really a braid of three. It's close. And that's what makes it more ringlety as opposed to kinkier or crimpier. So let's pull it out. I just have like a flexible elastic. Let's unfurl. Just kidding, I don't want to hurt you. Let's fucking go. You've been using this for curls too and it holds up well? It's a learning process. Like, I did not understand how to do this at first. I first did it when my hair was like way too wet and then it was tangled and I thought I would have to cut it out of my head like the next morning. Don't do that. Hair has to be just a tiny bit damp, but not much, just a little. What is the sock thing? You'll see it when I whip it out, when I pull it out. Okay, ready? And then I kind of just move that. See the little ringlets? The little red ringlets on the prairie? I just find like the look of this in your hair is so like trad wifey that whenever I have it in, I'm just like, Ben, can I do the dishes? I just I would love to honor you by doing the dishes. He always looks at me and shakes his head. Yep. No, not the dishes. I don't do dishes. Guys, nails. Hello? I'm a hand model. Not happening. All right. There's one side out. Look at that. Ooh. A little messy, a little unpredictable. One thing with curling your hair like this is like you don't really know how it's gonna turn out. It's not like using a curling iron where you can designate the curl and direction. My hair is too thick for heatless. Well, must be fucking nice to have beautiful thick hair. Ruby Jean. I have thin hair that doesn't hold a curl. Thin hair that can't decide if it's wavy or straight. It's like in between and frizzy if I do nothing. Hence why I usually just put it up in a cinnamon bun, which I will just do after this because I want to save the curl for later. All right, see? You just kind of gently pull it apart without pulling the ringlet apart. I prefer not to pull the ringlets apart immediately because my hair is so thin, like the curl would just die immediately. So I don't want to kill it yet. I want to wait. Your hair does not keep curls. Me neither. This is the only way my hair somewhat keeps curls, is doing the overnight method. I think I just need more practice with like the fucking air wrap or whatever. But, you know, it takes time. All right. Ready? And then I pull this thing off. And this is what it's wrapped around. It's like, it's not really a sock. I've seen people use socks, but it's just a very long, flexible, like velvety thing that doesn't cause like dents, right? I've also seen more silky, firm ones that have like almost a wire inside of it and they're firm, but I don't like that and I find it doesn't work for me. Just this super flexible one that I can like tie seems to work, and it is skinny enough because my hair is so thin that I actually like it going around more rotations. Anyways. Hair reveal. So don't mind the part. I did that so that when I go like this and mess it around, there's not like a straight part. It's kind of like, it's confused, you know? Okay. I didn't make it on that. It's kind of stuck like that right now. But the point is that when I mess it up, then I won't have like a straight part. It's kind of just like all over the place. So it gives it a bit more volume to do that wide zigzag part. Okay, it's very like Shirley Temple right now. It is very Shirley Temple. See, the ringlets are ringletting, like they're very high and my hair is like more like down to here. But for me, I leave it like this until I have to do whatever it is I have to do, like go to dinner, and then I will carefully kind of pull these apart and then it will drop a bit. But I don't want it to drop right now. So I'll give you a little tour, but you'll see like the harsh crease, right, from my part, but then you kind of got to like pull it and play with it so that it doesn't just look like a giant fucking zigzag on your head. Ready? La 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 la. The red is fading into orange, isn't it? Like lower. Whoa, it's like orange in the middle, but not the top. How did that happen? That's weird. I don't know. The magic of hair dye. Okay, so now we're just gonna put it up again. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna put it up carefully to preserve it before undoing all the ringlets, because then the other step that I don't have here, but I will add a little bit of hair oil just because my hair tends to get like kind of frizzy. So I'm just carefully putting it back up in a cinnamon bun, but like a looser cinnamon bun, so I'm kind of maintaining the curls, the ringlets, and then we will save them for later. It's like a little snack for later, you know? You just put it in a Ziploc bag in the fridge and you're like, I'll eat you later. That's what I'm doing with my hair, except I'm not gonna eat my hair. It will look cute when I fluff it out. Yeah, it looks Shirley Temple-y now, but there it is, back in a bun. It's okay, now I look more like a professor. So there, can we do the data stream like this? That's fine. The red's a little crooked from from zigzag parting it, but I think that's fine. All right, there you go. Hair's done. All that work just to put it back. A little strange. Nothing is a little strange. Do you do anything for your hair length? Do I do anything? In 2023, I had severe health issues and I lost 60 pounds and half my hair fell out. 2 years later, it's still not right. Talk to a doctor? I would do that. I've had my hair not be as nice, but that was a direct result of medication poison that I was on. Like, changed a bunch of different poisons that I'd call it poison because, like, it was literally poisonous. Okay, it wasn't poison, but it, like, ruined your health. But it was necessary for the autoimmune trial bullshit that I had to do. So I'm not on the same poison, but I'm on a different kind of immunosuppressant now, related to my autoimmune issues. But I have had hair suffrage and other suffrages as a direct result of medication. And I did talk to doctors about, like, what can I do about XYZ? And there's not that much you can do. Except one thing I did learn, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly, but especially for women, you go through this, like, telogenic hair shedding phase. Am I saying it wrong? Teleogenic? I don't know. But it's basically like your hair follicles will shed every 3 to 6 months. Everyone has, like, a different length. And sometimes it's hard to trace what is contributing to it because that, like, hair shed cycle takes so long. So sometimes your next cycle, 3 to 6 months, doesn't, like, reset the same way as the previous was, but it could always mean that there is hope at the next teleogenic cycle. I'm probably saying the wrong word. Anyways, this is what my doctor said to me. And eventually, like, 2 cycles after I was off of a certain poison, my hair came back closer to normal. But I did go through some suffraging. I don't really think there's, like, a miracle shampoo or conditioner, to be honest. I think talking to a doctor, maybe they can help, but there's some things you can't do. But yeah, the gimmicky supplements, honestly, like, I would just talk to a doctor. Like, I do take biotin, but my dermatologist and doctor both said, I don't think it'll do anything. So they're like, it won't hurt, but, like, they're like, I don't think it does anything. So but yeah, you talk to your doctor. All right, okay, data. Let me pull it up. Let's get it going. Let's get the slideshow in presenter view. Hold up, we are queuing it. Maybe I should be a wellness coach. Sell you my program. Be unhealthy like me in the mind. Come to my stream, I teach you. Get red demon eyes, just like me. Dye your hair to match your eyes. Okay, sorry. We're done. I'm done memeing. Oh no, you've bought a lot of protein because of me? I am unironically a wellness influencer. Did you use code Jeff though? Please tell me you used code Jeff. Everywhere I go, I just put code Jeff in and see if it works. All right. Let's get into the data. I need a better song. Do you like data? I like data. Are you hungry for data? Who wants to eat? Who's hungry? Because I got plenty of it for you. I got so much food. You're gonna be eating so well. And this is unauthorized, unplanned data presentation, impromptu, surprise, pop quiz. Sorry, give me 1 second. Everyone in chat, sign your NDAs. Let's go. Because I know Holo Royalty did, of course, when they answered their survey. So for background context, Holo Taco does a custom polish survey for Holo Royalty, which is the top tier of our customer loyalty program. Every year we ask them, or every year for the last 3-4 years, we ask them to tell us what they want to see for their custom collection. At the beginning, it was like, what custom polish, like singular polish do you want? And then it just changed into, fuck it, we'll just give you a whole collection because there's so many people who want different things. Wow, it's so hard to please everyone in one shot. Who knew? So anyways. Sorry, I'm distracted. Ben's texting me about groceries. So what we did this year is we asked Holo Royalty in the phase 1 survey, like what colors, what theme, what they want to see. We asked them to defend what they're looking for this year. For when I say this year, I mean next year for 2026. And then we went back to the lab, made some prototypes based on the winning mood board, and then asked them, what do you think of this prototype versus this prototype? What if it was this one versus this one? So there wasn't a clear-cut vote A or B times 4 this year like there was last year. This one was confusing on purpose because I don't know if all of them are gonna land. We pitted 2 against each other, and then we took one of them, and then we pitted a different one against each other. So it's not really a clear 1-to-1 vote system. We changed it up this year with the hopes of that being a bit more flexible and also keep you on your toes. So I'm gonna ask, what tier are you in? Let's see in chat. See how many people are violating their NDA. So let's put Holo Royalty. So I want to know how many of you did our surveys, basically. Holo Royalty, Holo Swatcher, which is the next level, Holo Explorer, or none. /NA. Okay, let's go. Reveal yourself to me, Holo Royalty. You're one Black Friday order away from royalty. Aw, you just missed this survey. But maybe you'll be in another one soon. A different one. Not about your custom polish, but something else. Oh yeah, please read the footnote. This presentation and its contents are privileged and confidential. It is intended solely for the recipients and may not, I'm covering it, something, be disclosed, copied, or shared without prior written consent. Unauthorized use or distribution of this material is prohibited. Is this poll calling me poor? What does the poll say? Yes, it is. It is calling you poor, unfortunately. I apologize. There is a lot of tier disparity here. Oh no. Except not really in the traditional sense, because just the majority of you are rich. The majority of you are not poor, but in fact rich. Wow, crazy. I also think it helps that it is easier in the past couple years to be in Holo Royalty for a few reasons, including we net released more, so it was easier to attain the 500 points tier, even if you don't buy everything. In the beginning, it was like you needed to purchase every collection, basically, but now it's like that doesn't need to happen. And I actually like a rewards program where a lot of people can be on top. I know there's differing opinions on this. They're like, oh, it's not as exclusive. Okay, but I don't like living my life model thinking like, I don't want people to have the same luxuries as me. Like, no, I would rather more people just have more luxury. And I'm okay with it. I'm not jealous. I don't want to hold back from people. So in the end, our loyalty system ended up a little bit more, I guess some people would call it generous, but I mean, I don't, it's also marketing, so I'm not obtuse to that. But I just mean like, yeah, it is weighted heavier. It can be weighted heavier to the top, and we allowed that instead of making it like extremely hard to get to, where it was like only 5% would ever get reasonably in the top. I don't really love that. This isn't the yearly sales data stream. No, this is just an impromptu. I stole some data from Holo Royalty's survey. Not about their shades, but about other things I asked them. And then I felt like sharing it. The annual Holo Taco sales stream, which has our best sellers, worst sellers, and retirement announcement, will take place in early January. All right, let's close this. What tier are you in at Holo Taco, chat? 80% of you are Holo Royalty. Damn. We love that. I love to see that. That is good. And I also understand that this is a bit of self-selected audience, right? We love context and data, and we are discussing the methodology and the limitations and the context. So it makes sense that people watching the stream or even participating in the poll are actually more likely to be Holo Royalty because they're active participants in Holo Taco. So while our program isn't overall 80% Holo Royalty, on stream, this higher proportion makes sense to me. How's that? 7% are Holo Swatcher, 3% are Holo Explorer, and 9% are none or not applicable. Maybe they don't buy nail polish. Let's close that. Simply, in the class I'm TAing, we're talking about confounding variables, so thank you for explaining them, of course. This is what I would call a self-selected audience, right? Which just means the results are skewed because the people participating and responding to the survey or questionnaire are more likely to be one of those categories. Psych 101, like literally, I still remember that from Psychology 101 first year. All right. Just in case I didn't make it clear, this data presentation is not about Holo Royalty's color palette selection, but they know what it is. Okay, but they signed NDA, so we're not outing them. This is just a blurry grayscale version. However, sometimes I and the team like to throw in random questions, just like for no particular reason. Just like ask, how's your day going? Whatever data we can collect is a good time. So while our main mission for this survey was to collect data on what they would like to see in their 2026 custom polish collection, I also got some data on the side that I've decided I would like to expose them for. Because I am shocked at some of the results. So we're gonna have a discussion and I'm gonna pick your brains. You have some explaining to do. 81% Holo Royalty who answered the survey. I expect you in the chat. First slide. I'm exposing. That was just the header of the survey. There's no color to be seen. Next. Okay. So in section 7 of 11, we asked Holo Royalty last month, off topic, but we would like to pick your brain. Harvesting your thoughts. Just imagine me with a rainbow chrome scalpel just going like this. I'm just digging in. You love the data streams? Thank you, Izzy. How are your nails doing? Just like straight up, man. How are they doing? 55% of Holo Royalty said good, I guess. 31% said exceptional. 13% said unwell. And 1% don't know what the fuck I'm asking. And I agree, this is not a good question. This is just to throw you off your game. You have to do that. Sometimes in social desirability testing, okay, in traditional surveys where they're asking you like things that you might change the answer to because you want to sound more normal, they throw in trick questions to test whether you're answering the other questions in a way that is just socially desirable. So sometimes they just like throw those in. That's what this is. How are you doing? Straight up, just throwing you off your game. Okay, this isn't really a social desirability test question, but whatever. It's a random one, was my point. Can you tell I missed statistics? Okay, next. What is an advent calendar? Good question. Is there even a real answer? 62% of you said an advent calendar is a calendar with 24 days counting down to December 25th. 26% said it can be whatever you want it to be in December. 9% said a calendar with 12 days in December. And 2% are just confusion. Like, what? Hello? Why are you asking me this? I would like a purple nail polish. Okay, I'm just gonna say that most of you are wrong. Next question. You just purchased an advent calendar. And hypothetical, whatever. Do you, A, open each item on the days indicated, no cheating, 1 day at a time? Well, that's what most of you said. Look at you, fucking keeners. 4 in 5 of you respect the law, I guess. I certainly don't. This is crazy. I kind of, here, I'm going to repeat this question in chat because look, it's a four slot pull. 4 slot shipper. Oh my God, my brain. Okay. Look, we're going to compare results with different populations. We love this. You just, if I copy it word for word, you just purchased an advent calendar. Do you? I can't copy paste because it's a picture. RIP. Open each item per day, no cheating. Open a bit at a time, whatever, like not respecting the days. Open everything at once. I don't know. Go. Okay. Now, don't let yourself be biased and pick what is favored or unfavored, unpopular in this. Just honestly, you just bought an advent calendar for yourself, not for someone else. What do you normally do? Think back to what you did last year or in previous years if you happen to purchase an advent calendar for yourself. I'm gonna let those accumulate. All right, I'm seeing a lot of context. Thank you, thank you. It depends what's in the calendar. If it's something mundane like sweets, I'm following the rules. If it's something exciting, I'll open it all at once. Okay, so it needs to excite you. I mean, I guess I remember the days where I just got like a fucking shitty chocolate calendar. And I guess I followed it because I didn't care that much. And every day was the same, just a different shape, but who cares? My childhood. But if it's like a product one where there's different products to explore, or like a different thing, that's not just the same piece of chocolate, then I understand, right? But on average, you know, how would you answer this? I usually have multiple advent calendars going, so while I'm opening one a day, I still get multiple things. Okay, that is top tier, big brain thinking. Buy yourself several advent calendars so you get several gifts every day. Depends on when I get the advent calendar. Usually I get it late when it's on sale. I only get a jam calendar. Oh, that's kind of fun. A different jam for your English muffin, Rachel cakes. I don't know if you're British. I'm just saying that. My answer does not change. I like the daily surprise, data on data. Simply, where do you fall? Okay, admittedly, I open everything all at once, no hesitation. I recently got myself like what do you call it? Like a spa-like calendar where it's like little roller balls and little scented diffusion oils and a little bar of soap and a tiny little hand cream and things like that, because I thought it was a good gift for others. So while I was shopping, I just bought multiple and I just kept one. And I just opened it all. I'm just like, ooh. Yeah, whatever. I'm not fucking waiting till December. You're crazy. So I don't think I've ever done the one day at a time, with the exception of when I was younger and my parents or family would give me like the chocolate advent calendars from Shoppers Drug Mart. And then I would probably wait every day to have a tiny square of shitty chocolate. I don't know. But no, I just open it. I want to see what's in it. I want to use it. Okay, let's see how chat compares to Holo Royalty. Now the population size is definitely smaller for chat. We have 760 votes, but over 1,200 people watching. So hello, why aren't you participating? You're just sitting there trying to curate, to cull, to collect other people's data and not even give your own. You're like the type of person who X's the box that says, do you accept these cookies? Just kidding, we're all like that. You can answer the next poll. All right. Chat says 72% open each item per day, no cheating, which is just a little bit lower than the 79% of Holo Royalty. So I do think like this, you're being honest. It sounds like this is somewhat on par with the results we found. 14% say open a bit at a time, whatever, compared to the 12% in that category from Holo Royalty. 11% say open everything at once, which is just 2 percentage points higher than the Holo Royalty respondents. And 3%, why do so many of you not know? What are you doing? What do you mean you don't know? Hello? Wake up. It would be a little gift every day. You could do it that way, but I just want all the gifts at once. Thank you. It's like Christmas Day for me, but in November. All right. Now, we're going to change things up from Advent Calendar questions because we're just throwing everything at Holo Royalty. We also asked them about just what do they think of magnetic polish, of thermal polish. I just felt like these are two categories that we really wanted just to get a bit more insight on, because sometimes those types of launches are a bit polarizing. So let's go to the next slide. Results. I swear to God, Sally, I see you. These are my customers. And I'm just giving out the data. I know this is, and I've said it before, but I will repeat it. This is not smart of a brand owner to share what is really valuable customer data about what people prefer, what they like, what colors they like, which I've done in the past, because then brands can just be like, oh, I'm just gonna take that target your audience by running ads against your followers. Happens all the fucking time. They use Holo Taco as the SEO, which means search engine optimization. Yeah. But I've also weighed the value of sharing this information with my customers publicly because you guys love to participate. I also, in turn, get to learn a lot more when I hear your qualitative feedback, see your reactions, see your comments. So I'm gonna just do it anyways. But I'm just flagging that this is not really a good thing. You know, if I'm thinking strategically against my competitors, so to speak, that they could just like take this. But I'm like, whatever. It is what it is. Here we are. Mac Attack. Hello, Christine. The detectives are stressing out. Will the polish items in the calendar... Oh, how do you know we're releasing an advent calendar? Like, what gives you that idea? Will the items in the calendar also be available as singles? The supply chain complexity, the hypothetical supply chain complexity, the increased costs of goods related to designing all new, let's just say the hypothetical calendar was full of all new items, not just new polishes that we have not released before, but also new componentry. So with all of these extra additional efforts, and so fucking many of them at one time, they're all limited edition and all hypothetically available exclusively as one set, as that was the only way to make it work. And it is still extremely expensive for us to do it regardless. Yeah. When I lead with, well, the supply chain. Yeah. It's an experience. It's designed to be a full experience. And I also wanted to hypothetically make sure that 100% of everything in it was brand new, so that no existing valuable customer, like a Holo royalty member, felt like they were buying something that they had things they already had. So this is a different type of advent calendar than most companies would hypothetically make. I did my research. A lot of nail companies and cosmetics companies take existing SKUs, existing products. Maybe there's a few new ones, but they just like take a bunch of, you know, existing stuff. So some of the efforts are reduced, but that helps them with their, you know, overall margins and whatever. But that would not be ideal for our core, dedicated, most loyal customer base like Holo Royalty, because like they're like, well, I already have this, so no. So I decided if we have to make it all available as a set and there's no other way, you'll understand why. Everything is new or a variation of something. Will we be able to see what's in it? Hypothetically, would you want to? Because there's a hypothetical way for us to do that. Like, not spoil immediately, but make it possible for you to spoil it for yourself on the website if you click through something. I think that's what's fair. Because I don't want people to spoil it. Because look, 79% valuable data for a fucking reason. 79% of people said they don't want to be spoiled. So I have to make it possible to not be spoiled. But for consumer fair practices and like knowing what you're getting, and let's say you want to get it for yourself and you want to be an informed customer, then there needs to be a way to see what's in it. So there will be a way. But yeah, this is very complicated for marketing. Exactly why we'll probably never do this hypothetical thing again. I think there's just so many challenges. I'm happy to talk about them hypothetically after hypothetical box. Duh. Yeah. A big ass box. Not too big, but bigger. Everyone has signed in NDAs. Don't forget it. Text it to me. What is this? Holo Taco SMS incoming? I'm presuming a Holo Taco calendar would be on the expensive side. Therefore, I'd like to know what I'm getting. Of course, I fully understand that. So there will be a way, hypothetically. And yes, it will be more it would be more expensive than our average collection box because there's not only 5 nail polishes in it. It's hard to decide what to do. Should I spoil myself or not? I don't know. It's very exciting. Will the polishes be completely, I missed that, limited edition, never restocking, or just the box special items? 100% of the items were designed for this hypothetical advent calendar. They don't exist elsewhere. That doesn't mean there's not a possibility of us bringing it back at a future date, but there are no plans to. So for simplicity of marketing, because everyone just wants a clear answer, everything's limited edition, only available in an advent calendar. That's it. Designed as a set, as an experience. Hypothetical, that's how we would have to do it. But open to everyone's feedback. If they really, really strongly like 1 or 2 or 3 things, we'll hear about it. Maybe we work something into 2026. I don't know, but nothing has been planned. So for all intents and purposes, it is limited edition. Okay, we need to stop. Hypothetically bigger than birthstones or not? Well, it depends how you think about it. I mean, it is smaller in some ways. It's cute. Okay, last hint. It's not 24 days. Because that would be like hundreds of dollars. Hundreds, plural. Which I'm not gonna do. No more details, please. Okay, Life of Sin said, shut the fuck up. All right, moving on. I've been sinning. It's the red hair. She can't help it. That's the devil inside of me. Okay, what do our customers think? Just want to get some valuable insight while we're interviewing Holo Royalty anyways. Let's just ask them. You know, thermal nail polish, temperature reactive, and magnetic polish are 2 of our pricier categories. They're both special effect. They both have a activation feature to them, and I just kind of want to know, like, do you like this type of thing? You know, and this isn't a hint. This is just honest research because it is something we do occasionally, but I kind of just already knew that it isn't for everyone all the time. So that's why you're not going to see like a whole bunch of thermals or a whole bunch of magnetics like multiple times throughout the year, right? Like maybe sometimes we dedicate one collection here and there. That's kind of been the strategy, and this was more just to really get some critical data on reaffirming that cadence that we've already been doing. So 69% of Holo Royalty said they love thermal nail polish. 65% said they love magnetic nail polish. Those are pretty similar to me, but they also suggest like it's not a landslide, you know, for most people. I mean, 60 something is a majority, but it's not a super strong majority, right? There's still a good chunk of people who are like either tried it before, not interested, which is interesting. 15% tried thermal nail polish, but not interested. 22% tried magnetic, but not interested. That one is easy to explain, I think. And that's because magnetic nail polish requires an added level of time and effort to actually get it to create the effect, which I understand that some people are just like, I just want to slap on something or I want to slap on a combo. So makes total sense to me. It's not for everyone, but that doesn't mean we're never going to release them. I think these are like somewhat reassuring that there's still a good chunk of people who love it, but understanding that it's not always for everyone. So if we do have another magnetic polish, you know, themed release, we know that not everyone is going to be interested in that release, kind of like all of our releases, right? You know, sometimes we come out with a bunch of dark crushed holos, holo renaissance, and maybe that's just not some people's color palette. But maybe cottagecore cremes and cute garden party taco was their color palette. So part of our strategy as a brand is to release things that speak to different tastes. And I hope you've been seeing that over the last like at least 2 years of like us really painting a picture and leaning into an aesthetic that may strongly appeal to some people, but may not appeal to other people. And that's okay, because I would rather you feel like so strong about some things and then sometimes like not interested than you feel kind of meh about everything, right? So that's kind of what we're doing. We're gonna do thermals at some point. We're gonna do magnetics at some point, but I also acknowledge that it's not for everyone all the time. Some people haven't tried thermal though, which is interesting. Never tried, not interested. How do you know if you've never tried? No, I'm acknowledge that is possible. But then there's some people who just aren't sure. I love thermals, love magnetics, but I can't be bothered sitting there for hours. Valid. I get that. I don't think it's... it could be hours if you're thinking of both hands. Drawing, I understand. If you're being very particular. There's also some hacks you can do, with magnetic polish, like only magnetize on the last layer, just put it over a different base. I'm interested to know if you only looked at those who liked only one of the specialty polishes versus those who like both thermal and magnetic. I don't understand the question. I mean, this is just of everyone who answered Holo Royalty. They got to answer the same question. There's no subset. But if I cross-tabbed it, yeah, you might find that there's a higher proportion who say they love it for both, would be my guess. But I don't know if that's that valuable. That would just make sense to me. But we love a crosstab. They are asking how many like either thermal or magnetic. Well, that's not how I posed the question, so you can't really get that result. I'd have to ask it that way, but I don't know. That's what does that mean to me? So what? That doesn't tell me which one people like more. I needed to know them as individual variables. Y'all are complicating the data. Okay, next slide. Speaking of magnetics, this is a subset that I didn't point out. Of those who said, yes, I love magnetic nail polish, or tried it before but not interested, but at least they tried it, I took those groups of people and I asked them, okay, you've tried magnetic nail polish. Would you hypothetically be interested in purchasing a different premium magnet from Holo Taco? And the lower copy that was provided for that description was, example, a larger magnet with a stronger pull that could be used to create more 3D quote crystal or quote velvet looks. Estimated retail price approximately $30. Some of you maybe have an idea of what that is, but not everyone, because that it would be more niche. You didn't get this question because you didn't answer yes, I love it, or tried it before, not interested. I love to do flow throughs and subsets, just some of you miss things. It wouldn't look like a wand. I just put the wand there. Yeah. Now, again, I know that although most people who've used magnetic polish, whether they like it or not, say yes to this, this doesn't necessarily help me with any hypothetical forecasting, because people just say, yeah, I want things, and that doesn't always translate. Okay? I said no, $30 is so expensive. Yeah, fully understand. So if we were to do this, we would forecast low, which might mean if things are going really well for us and people are actually interested and motivated, that we would sell out quicker and it would be out of stock and then we'd have to do a restock. But at a retail price that high, you know that it is a high cost of goods to us. So it isn't something that we want to overstock on for business reasons. It'd be quite dumb. So this is kind of just tells me that, yeah, we shouldn't be over forecasting this. If anything, we should under forecast it. So just flagging, if we were to hypothetically release this more expensive premium magnet, I don't think we would stock that many. Okay, there. Supply chain, cost of goods. Next. Okay, let's get into the good stuff where you get exposed. We asked Holo Royalty, what statement best describes your typical nail polish wear time on average when using regular nail polish? We're not talking about gel, acrylics, or anything. Just like slapping on some regular nail polish. Not even just about Holo Taco. Just like, how long does your shit last? Overall, 48% of Holo Royalty said lasts pretty good, a week or longer. That's pretty good, half of you. 32% said usually chipping in less than a week. 11% said my nails chip within days. And 7% says my nail polish pops off in full or nearly complete shells within days. And 1% just couldn't answer this question. That last category I think is important, although that 7% minority, it's something I hear anecdotally quite a lot, that people's nails just pop off in the full shell as if it was a peely, but they're not wearing peely base. Okay? And I will go through a little bit later after we get through some of this data, some of my best advice and tips, like if you fall into that 7% or 11% category. And this question was irrespective of base coat, just like overall, how are your nails lasting? And so you know what? Let's repeat this right here. I actually like this poll. This is a good population comparison. How long does your reg nail polish mani last? A week or longer. For the full description, just read there. Chipping in less than a week. Chipping within days. And I don't even need to say it, but I will for those of you who are smart asses who don't think I realize this. Obviously, lifestyle and what you do with your hands plays a huge factor in this. 110% if that could happen. There are so many variables that can affect how long your regular nail polish mani will last. Off the top of my head, body chemistry. Everyone has a different body chemistry. We're talking about body chemistry. Who remembers 2017 Simplydatalogical? Yes, okay. Which means some people have more porous nails, which means nail polish sticks to it better. Like some people's hair is more porous, dye stays better, versus some people have oilier nails, just like you have an oilier scalp. If your nail beds are just naturally more oily, your nail polish is less likely to stick. Then there's work or what you do for your lifestyle. You wash a lot of dishes without gloves. You go swimming a lot. Okay, well, your nail polish is just going to pop off easier than the person who doesn't do any of those things. That's just how it is. You shower every day, your nail polish is going to pop off sooner or chip sooner. It's true. I don't shower every day. Exposed. We've done this poll and actually most of you don't shower every day anyways. So don't even try and tell me it's gross, because then most of you are gross. I have the data. Why are you describing me? Yeah. You're a bartender, you're a nurse, you're washing your hands frequently. Yes, your nail polish is just going to chip faster. And that's okay. So we can never compare ourselves to someone else who has a totally different lifestyle. So you can't compare yourself to me, the nail peely queen who can keep peely base on for a week. Okay, because I don't shower my hands ever. I also have extremely porous nails from all the work they've done in the last 10 years. They're raw. Mine lasts 3 days, but I work inside a deli. I wash my hands like 20 to 50 times and wear gloves all day. Exactly, Stephanie. Yes. And this makes sense. So it really isn't like, this isn't a competition. I say all this to make some people feel a little bit better, that they have that context, that like, that's how it is. That doesn't mean there aren't things you can do to extend your wear time on average, but just like knowing that, yeah, but you may not get that 14-week wear that the regular nail polish brand is advertising, which is fucking crazy. Like, no, you can't just say that when you know on average this is actually more normal. Like, it's nail polish brands be crazy out there. Anyways, Chelsea, I always had issues with my polish lasting a week, but the new sticky base is getting to last a week plus. Thank you. We're going to talk about sticky base next. Also turning 40 on Tuesday. Happy birthday. Sorry, I said 14 weeks. I meant 14 days. Not weeks. Hello? The brain. 2 weeks. 14 days. All right, chat. Let's see how you compared. Holo Royalty. 46 versus 48%. Pretty close for last a week or longer. 29 versus 32. Also a little bit under. Chipping less than a week, which is going to mean that we have more people in the chipping faster category in chat. Interesting. Is it because like you're just typing all the time? You're just typing in chat all the time. Wow, does that explain it? That'd be so funny. 16% of chat says chipping within days versus 11% of Holo Royalty. 9% of chat, nope, 8% pops off in peelies. 7% pops off in peelies. All right. But overall, it does look like chat is a little bit higher proportion who does have more chipping. There was no NA category though, I know. All right. I'm going to end that poll here. And before we get to the next slide, because we're going to deep dive into why we are the way we are. And by we, I mean you. I'm going to do a quick pee out the tea, so fill up your tea, your water, and we'll get back to the data in 30 seconds or less. Let me know what ad you got. Hopefully it wasn't about making your nail polish last 14 days by a regular nail polish company. We're back. With the new sticky base, my mani doesn't come off with the latex gloves I have to wear. Thank you, Shrimply. You're welcome, Robin. I'm glad to hear it's working well for you. All right, what did I miss? Did I miss anything? You were behaving. I've tried to get my mom into peely base to save using acetone on her skin. She has dermatitis, but the peelies almost mostly come off overnight. Yeah, she needs to probably buff her nails a little bit if her nails are too oily. Peely base will do that to you. But peely base is also designed to come off, so it's a spot the contradiction. I buy clear glue on nails and paint them that way. That's interesting. I don't know if clear glue is always approved for use in cosmetics, so I'm not going to endorse that. Would sticky base help me? It depends. Everyone has a different body chemistry, but we'll get into whether it worked for Holo Royalty. All right, let's go back here. Sorry, it's just my sister. Sorry, I froze. No, I was texting. I said, I'm streaming, Jennifer. I missed your chat? Sorry. Simply distracted. I have 2 thermals as my mani and another thermal that only shows on my toes. That's fun. I'm interested to know if... Oh, I looked at that. Hypothetically, will you have lots of stock of which? I don't know what you're referring to. The hypothetical magnet or the hypothetical advent calendar? Both of those would be limited stock as a result of them being very expensive and making sure that we don't overbuy and ruin ourselves. Just buy a gift basket. Okay. I know that I would be lawful because I always had beauty calendars before and I always behaved. I love the data streams. People haven't paid their bills. Pay your bills first, please. Assuming they are bills that are worth the service. Yep. Will Jen join the stream? No. I mean, not today, but... Holo is more important, I know. Okay. All right, moving on to the next question we asked Holo Royalty. Wait. So now we know how long nail polish lasts on people, but what are they doing? Are they helping themselves or not? So we asked them, but how much nail prep do you typically do before your regular nail polish mani? This is part of the important context with the addition of like lifestyle, body chemistry, blah, blah, blah. But this is critical because it is something that you can change. You can't necessarily change your lifestyle, what you do for work, you know, if a sport you love, like it is what it is, and you can't always change your body chemistry. But this is something that can vary. You know, you can change over time. But at the time of answering this survey, 50% of Holo Royalty said, I pull out all the stops. I dehydrate the nail plate, I strip the oils, I wrap the tips, I do cuticle cleanup as I paint, etc. And everything I can possibly think of to extend the life of my manicure as long as possible, irrespective of the other external variables we discussed. So, happy to report that at least half of you are doing everything. 41% said, I mostly just make sure I removed my old nail polish and use a base coat. Which is good, like, That's doing the bare minimum, babe. Like, yeah, okay, if you're gonna put on nail polish, you gotta remove the old nail polish. And yeah, you should use a base coat. I am trolling on the 41% who do the bare minimum, but that's okay. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to teach you that you gotta be like the 57% if you want to extend your manicure. You know what? This is actually good news, because 41 plus 2% who just slap on nail polish, excuse me, you need a little slap-a-rooney. I have good news for you, 43%. You can help yourself. There is room to improve. You can probably extend your wear time. Yep. So, now, I know your next question, but do the people who pull out all the stops, does their nail polish last longer than the people who just slap on the nail polish or mostly just, you know, remove their old stuff and use a base coat? I got a crosstab for you. Self-reported wear time by Nail Prep Effort. What this is saying is, of the people who pull out all the stops, remember that 57%, 52%, the first green line of their manis, last pretty good, versus 39% of the people who just slap on nail polish. That's how to interpret this chart. So the green being higher, the green is the people who do all the prep. Good job, green. Okay. They report having longer wear on average, right? Kind of scale down. We love a crosstab. So I guess what I'm saying is, you can't complain if you just slap on nail polish because your nail polish will last longer if you pull out all the stops. So big applause to people pulling out all the stops. This is something that, like, I think I know, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, well, obviously, because, like, I know from personal experience, my nail polish will last longer. But it's something I hadn't really confirmed in this way with data. And I know some people are going to ask me, okay, but did you do a correlation? I don't have the same software that I used to have at Statistics Canada. So we're just doing crosstabs instead. But to me, this is enough to tell me that it fucking works, okay? So do you have the right to complain or not? I do full prep, current mani of Peridot and Disco Inferno has been on for 16 days without a chip or wear to. Damn, you have amazing body chemistry that just sticks onto nail polish. I will also note the limitations of the study, that the population size of the I just slap on nail polish is only 2%. So obviously that is a smaller raw number. So the reliability of those statistics here are less good. They're shittier than the people in the other categories where we have a much bigger sample size. So I need a bigger sample size of people who just slap on nail polish is what I'm saying. Anyways. All right. In conclusion, don't just slap on your nail polish if you want it to last. Or in other words, pull out all the stops. Now, what are the stops? I have done whole lecture series videos and randomly throughout my 10 years of being on the internet have given tips on this. I will say that there is one video that I'll put in the chat now. We're not going to do a whole watch through because this is your homework only if you need it, because a lot of you don't need this homework, okay? But there is a video on the Holo Taco channel about peely base. But in that video, so many of the tips actually apply to just regular base. Like, ignore the peely base part and the tips will apply, right? So ignore the why do peelies pop off too soon, unless that's you with your regular base coats. other tips include, again, I'm just doing the abbreviated version because so many of you are good students already. You don't need this recap, but for those of you who just want an overview, there's tips like pushing back the cuticle to clean your nail plate. You put nail polish on that skin that's riding up your nail, it's more likely to pop off. Buffing the shiny surface layer of your nail. If your nails are extremely non-porous and more oily and they're super shiny, that's just gonna create more of like a shell where the nail polish is more likely to pop off. So there is a way that you can kind of buff that down, but don't do it all the time. Just a little bit, just to remove a little bit of that layer. You might need to do that at the beginning. This is more common in nail newbies. Dehydrate the nail plate. There are literally products called nail dehydrators out there. You can get them from a beauty supply store. I actually don't use those. I just use 100% pure acetone as my dehydration method. But it also means don't have nail oil on your nails immediately before applying nail polish. Maybe you need to wash your hands with a soap that doesn't have oil. Don't have moisturizer on your nails. You actually need to make sure that your nail plate is stripped and dehydrated before starting your manicure. The peely base to the edges is only applicable to peely base. Do apply a regular base coat to the edges. So tip 4 and 5 don't matter for that. Wrap your tips with glossy taco when you finish. And there's also another one in here that isn't in this one, but clean up as you go. Don't let nail polish flood your cuticles and then pick it off in the shower. Because when you do that, what's happening? You're lifting the sides of it that are gonna lift what's attached to it, just like peeling up a piece of paint. So cleaning up as you go around your cuticles will help keep your manicure on longer. And other factors, yada yada. And there you go. That was the abbreviated version. I get bored with the mani before it wears off, so I change to mani weekly. That's also an option. It's like me with swatching. All right. What about the base coat, though? Because people do ask, and reasonably so, you know? Like, do I just need a different base coat? Like, will that make my manicure last longer? So you might have noticed on the Holo website, which we recently revamped, there is a little quiz that you can do, which is kind of cute and fun. It's so cute and fun, right? It's on our new base coat landing page. Which base coat is best for you? I want to protect my natural nails. And then it tells you what to do. I like to change my manicure often, like Robin right there. My nails are ridged or uneven. Anyways, it's just like, it's not so much of a quiz. It's just like a quick click through, but it kind of easily, very abbreviatedly, much quicker than me in speaking in several hours terms, will tell you what base coat is for what. That being said, it is so important to note that different base coats work differently for different people. So although they all have their intended descriptive purpose, right? Smoothing base help fills pits in your nails. Like if you have eczema or you have ridges, it'll help smooth out the layer. Long-lasting base is designed to anchor the nail polish to the nail plate. Sticky base has a tackier finish, which in a different way anchors the nail polish to the nail plate by sticking to it. Peely base is designed to peel off. They all have their intended purpose, but everyone experiences it differently because of body chemistry, which is something you can't really change. I mean, sort of, you can. Like my nails definitely got less oily, more porous over time with regular use of nail polish. Like when I first started out 10 years ago, I probably had like a little more oilier nails. My nail polish would chip a lot easier than it does today, but that's because my nails have been through the ringer. They are raw and only oily in a nail oil sense, not in the actual nail bed production body sense anymore. I love that pick. Yay, shout out to our content producer. All right, so most of these base coats have been around at Holo for some time. Like Peely base, smoothing base, long-lasting base were our 3 original ones. And then a couple years ago, we released quick dry base, which just dries super quick if you're just in a hurry. and it does have a little bit of tack. And then we introduced pink smoothing base as a result of Holo royalties feedback that they like smoothing base, but they wanted a pinker version, especially for people who just want to wear it like on its own or wear it under a topper and that kind of thing, just to have a bit of a pinker tint. And then more recently, we released sticky base. Thank you. Why doesn't it show me? But yes, thank you for that. So if using 2 base coats, which goes first? Sticky then smoothing, smoothing then sticky? Honestly, it's trial and error. I generally don't think it's wise to use 2 base coats that aren't peely base and something else. I found that has worked well for me. I think once you start stacking smoothing and long lasting or vice versa, like if you keep adding more layers, sometimes your nail polish is more likely to chip because it's so thick. But if it's working for you, then don't change anything. But I'm just flagging that possibility. I really do think like just pick one and just do one thin layer. If you do too much, you start stacking. But maybe you're just putting on like 1 coat of polish at the end of it so you can afford to have 2 base coats on. Do you know what I mean? It really depends on what your recipe is. But if you're doing that specific combination, I would probably put on the anchoring base coat first, so whether that's sticky or long lasting, and then cover it with smoothing base. So I typically do on my main swatching hand, peely base, and then a smoothing base because I have ridges in my nails, and peely base like does not help with that at all. It's literally just a water-based base coat that doesn't have any like filler. We have some base coats that have different ingredients, so you can check the ingredients to decide which one you prefer. And I do think if it's something your doctor said you shouldn't have or you're allergic to, then that's totally valid. That's why our ingredients are out there. All right. So the reason why I asked people the latter question, hold on, let me just refresh. Okay. So we know most of Holo royalty is doing what they can, to extend their wear, but not everyone. And I was just curious because sticky base is new. It was released in August, so it's not that new. And this survey was just at the end of October. So I asked how many of our top customers, again, Holo royalty top customers, they shop on average almost every launch, maybe every other. And I asked them, have you tried sticky base? Can you guess what proportion of Holo royalty customers said yes? Let's see if you can guess a result before I give it to you. Okay, so context, sticky base was released with our camping collection. Not in the collection, but alongside. And these are our most dedicated customers. They shop almost every launch. 30%, 97%. Well, I did 60%, 95%, half, lower than it should be. 12, 50. Okay, well, some of you are on track. Only 23% of our dedicated customers who shop every launch, Holo royalty, have ever tried our sticky base coat. Hello? What are you doing? You've been to the store like on average at least 3 times since it was released. Literally, what are you doing, girl? It's a base coat. It's such an essential, and I'm just kind of shook that so many of Holo royalty just like haven't tried it. I'm very curious to understand why. Sorry, shrimp. Don't be sorry. I'm just thinking about you. Because you know where this is going. I'm going to ask about, of the people who did try, how did they find it compares to our other base coats that have been around for a while. Okay, we're getting there. Yep. In my defense, I'm happy with pink smoothing base. Fair enough. But you never know if you like something better if you never try it. Got it. Long-lasting base works well. No need to change. Okay. I love sticky base. There were so many releases these days. I think people, maybe they didn't notice it. I think that's also what happened because we didn't give it its own spotlight, in part because we want you guys to be able to shop at the same time, right? Because we don't want to release one base coat at a time like every other company. We made that mistake like one time. If there's like a huge sale or an event going on, then yeah, maybe we'll throw one item at you. But randomly just releasing one base coat, we didn't do that on part of customer feedback and instead released it alongside a collection. So it, as a negative result for us though, that means it kind of goes unnoticed and people aren't prioritizing it because A, it's not limited edition, B, it's not getting the big marketing energy like our camping collection was like obviously the thing we want to show and talk about. It's just so good. I only shop sales in one limited edition. Well, Joanna is not Holo Royalty then. Remember, this survey is just people who are in Holo Royalty. To be in Holo Royalty, then you would have typically, with the exception of like a couple other ways to get points, typically I've spent $500 in the last rolling year, which on average means that Holo Royalty is shopping at least every other collection, sometimes a little bit from every collection. So that's who this is. This isn't just like everyone. This is just Holo Royalty. These are the dedicated customers who, if I ask them the question about like, did you shop camping? The vast majority of them would say yes, for example. For my birthday, I'd like to ask, are we expecting any special emails tomorrow or Monday? It's gonna be a really happy birthday. Yeah, I am royalty. Are you? How? How did you get to royalty if you only shop sales? I'm gonna have to investigate this. Okay. I'm royalty and just use smoothing base. I'll eventually get to try it though. Okay. Maybe it's just people are waiting. The reason why I asked this question is because it helps give me context into what works for who. And I do really value feedback on some of our newer products. And I guess I was just kind of shook that most of our dedicated customers who shop almost every launch hadn't tried our new like essential, which to me we introduced in response to Holo Royalty because so many of Holo Royalty on previous surveys like a few years ago had been asking for a stickier base, right? So we gave it to you and then most of you didn't buy it. Yet anyways, so I know I'm just being silly. Of course some people are maybe waiting to pick it up on their next order, but yes, this was asked for. All right, moving on to the subset of the 23% who did use it because all right, we got you here, let's get the data. How many times have you used Holo Taco Sticky Base under a regular nail polish mani? This is a bit of a gut check so I can understand, like, have they just used it once or have they used it like more than enough times to understand its performance? This will come in handy as context to our next question, which was about like, how do you rate it, right? Ask again after Black Friday. We're gonna repeat all the questions. Renee Laley, what has happened was long lasting makes my mani last as long as I need it to. So you feel like, yeah, maybe you just don't need it. That's fair. I love the blue. How you get to orange. I don't know. It's just the way the formula works. I'm in royalty. I swear by smoothing base. I just tried sticky base and like it, but still use smoothing on it. My mani lasts a week or more. Thank you, Sonia. All right. So of the 23% who have used our sticky base, 23% said they've just used it once, 54%, so most of them have used it between 2 and 5 times, 19% have used it between 6 and 19 times, and only 4% have used it more than 20 times, which makes sense to me because it was only released in August, so you would have had to do a lot of fucking manicures with just this new base coat to even get to that level. But I have the same question. I see a lot of people talking about a particular chemical. This is not your doctor's office or chemistry, and I would encourage you to speak to your doctor instead of the internet about that one. And I'm not going to do chemistry that I don't have a degree in, unless some of you have degrees in it. Let me know if I'm wrong. Sticky Base is my new top base coat with Peely Base. It allows me to wear my nail art longer and still get my peelies. I've already used a third of the bottle. Nice. All right, let's go here. How would you rate the performance in terms of long lastingness or manicure wear extending of Sticky Base? So this is of those who have used Sticky Base. How would they rate it? 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 stars? So 1% said 1 star, 3% said 2 stars, 16% said 3 stars, 36% said 4 stars, 44% said 5 stars. That's the distribution of stars of those who used it. Again, we're a little bit small on the sample size, but here we go. What other samples do we have though? What other data, including a 5-star measured rating and also some qualitative context, do we have? We have a little bit of that on the website, so I do encourage people generally, if they've used a product and they like it or they don't like it, it doesn't work for them, to go ahead and share that. Having added context to your review also helps, like what you do in your lifestyle. Are you doing all the nail prep? I think that those things help educate people about what you're doing that can change your base coat wear, as we've discussed. But on our website, of the 124 people who submitted a review, which is not that many people, that's a very small sample size, they're rating it a 4.5, 4.7, I can't read, on average. Now, next question. Have you used Holo Taco's long-lasting base coat? Survey flow was only people who had run through our sticky base module got this question, because I did not foresee this survey turning into like some big huge deal of base coat versus base coat, because I didn't think these were the results I was going to get. So this is already a subset of people who said they use sticky base coat. In other words, the answers on the long-lasting base coat are of people who have used sticky base coat. Got it? Okay. Ideally, I would have like gone back and had everyone answer that, but you know, ultimately my goal was to kind of compare long-lasting versus sticky, so it kind of makes sense to do that subset anyways, but it does mean I have less data. But that's not what this survey was supposed to be for. So 90% of people who have used sticky base coat have also used Holo Taco's long-lasting base coat, which makes more sense to me because this base coat was released way back in November 2019. How many times have you used long-lasting base under a regular nail polish mani? Again, subset, it says it right there. 70% more than 20 times, which makes sense because it's been out for years. You've probably used it for a long time. And just a few people have used it just once, and 10% between 2 and 5 times. All right. How would you rate the performance in terms of long-lastingness or manicure wear extending of long-lasting base? How does this distribution compare to the last one, right? So I am seeing more 4 stars than 5 stars. So let me go there, right? See, sticky base, I'm seeing a better scale, let's say, up to the 5 stars. And the lasting base, I'm seeing more people rating it at the 4 stars, which is interesting. If you look on our website, there's over 3,000 reviews, which is a much better N for long-lasting base. And the rating there is 4.4 out of 5. So a little bit lower than sticky base, but again, sticky base just has less people rating it. But how do they compare? Let's put it in one chart. Okay, so subset of those who use sticky base and long-lasting, mostly. 44% rated sticky base 5 stars versus 28% rated long-lasting base 5 stars, 4 stars, kind of on par. And then you got the flip happening at 3 stars. That was higher for long-lasting base, less 3 stars for sticky because most of them are rating it in the 5 or 4. There you go. So that's the distribution in performance star ratings of sticky base versus long-lasting base. Whew, can we breathe? Whenever I do data streams, I feel like I just like talk for 8 million years and then I'm like, my tongue is just like keeps going. It makes sense that people who weren't quite as satisfied with long-lasting base and had used it for a long amount of time would be more likely to try sticky base. Absolutely, yes. All right. Then I asked the ultimate ending question. Okay, so you've used both. Subset. Which Holo Taco base coat performs better for you in terms of long-lastingness or manicure wear extending? When I asked this pointed question, this wasn't a comparison, this was the question, 45% said, no, I'm going with sticky base. 12% said, no, it's long-lasting base for me. 22% said, I think they're the same to me. And 21% was, I have to step out of this question. I don't think I've used them enough. Sorry, I don't think I've used one of them enough to make this deciding factor. So I find this chart paired with the other ones where we did our own like analytical exact same question compared to each other and then just asked them point blank, which one do you prefer? Both of these things together are really reassuring to me that people are liking sticky base in terms of its long lastingness or manicure wear extending. Of course, there's different limitations to this study as we've discussed, and the sample size kind of gets smaller and smaller once you start going into different subsets, but this is promising. And considering the fact that most people, 70-something%, most Holo royalty hasn't even tried sticky base, I'm like, but if they did, would they find this? So, love this. I love that these results are coming through, but I'm still shook that most people haven't tried it. But maybe you should, because most people agrees who've used both, sticky base has been helping them with it better. I'll use my sticky base. There you go, Starshot Nails. I think we can chalk this all up to body chemistry. Absolutely, I agree. Body chemistry, what you do for a living, how often you wash your hands, these things are going to change overall how long your manicure lasts. But as we've discussed, there's prep you can do. You can pull out all the stops to help extend your manicure irrespective of the base coat. And early customer information, customer survey, self-report information is showing me that people are liking the performance of sticky base better than long-lasting base. So I love that. But again, everyone's unique. Sometimes one base coat doesn't work for you and it might work for someone else. I'll use sticky when I don't have events. Ha ha ha. I've been using bases that I already know and love. That's also fair and makes me, like, I get it. Like, you find something that works for you, you're just not even interested. But maybe something is better. And I'm mostly speaking to the people who said this. So 48% of you of Holo royalty have their manicure lasting pretty good or weak or longer. So you're probably generally satisfied, right? So maybe you don't want to change. So that might be part of the explanation. I could do another cross tab upstairs to confirm that. But to the 32%, the 11%, the 7% who find that their nail polish is chipping probably prematurely, maybe there's some other things you could try, like the tips we discussed, trying a different base coat, and early results show our customers are preferring sticky base to long lasting. So I just wanted to share this, give sticky base a little shout out. I think our team worked really hard on also developing something to fill that gap in our offering that Holo royalty was requesting. So it's just some data and you can take it or leave it. because I hear anecdotes all the time. Speaking of anecdotes, we also love qualitative data. I love quantitative because it really helps confirm things to me. It puts things into perspective, but qualitative is good too. And it just so happens that yesterday on the All Things Simply, my official Simplydatalogical Facebook group on Facebook, there is only one. It's this one. Someone just happened to post, Sarah, thank you. Has anyone done a wear test comparing long-lasting base and sticky base? What were your findings? I didn't prompt this. You were literally just reading my mind that I was gonna do this. So I thought I'd pull a couple of your comments. Again, qualitative, just pulling some anecdotes to give some added context here. I'll read them in a second. Renee, lately, my takeaway is Holo Taco has an interest in providing the customer with products they may need to set them up for success when using bomb-ass nail polish. Yes, thank you. I want to set you up for success, give you tips that it's not just about what base coat you use, but also if I can gather data on like what's working more for different people, then I'm going to try and give it to you. I saw this opportunity when we got the results in for royalty, and I was like, I'm just going to share this. Nail Daddy's working on one as well. I will say, as someone who's done tests, like on this, not this channel, my other channel, I don't think I've ever done like wear tests comparing base coats or top coats. I think I've explicitly said like I can't do those because I'm a sample size of one. Individual reviewers can, of course, put out reviews for how they find something compares, but consumers should always know. Same thing with like hair products, skin products, nail products. Like one reviewer shouldn't always make the difference for you, right? That doesn't, I'm not saying Nail Daddy won't do a wonderful review. I'm just saying, generally speaking, like either you have a bunch of data like we just went through where the N is quite high, and I asked a lot of our customers the question, or there's like an actual research study that was done, or you listen to multiple reviewers, right? Whenever you're researching for a research paper that you have to do for school or something, you don't just cite one source to support your argument, you cite many sources, or maybe you pull a meta-analysis to like more thoroughly support your argument. That's all. So one review is great, 100 reviews, even better. So I pulled a couple different anecdotes here from the All Things Simply official Simplydatalogical Facebook group. Long-lasting base coat, Laura said, long-lasting base coat gives me 4 to 6 days with no chipping. I get about 7 to 14 days with the sticky base coat on all but one nail. It's always the one nail that never stays on as long as the others. You know why? Maybe because that nail has more of a curve. I have the same thing. One of my nails, my pointer finger, is just more curved and its peelies pop off cleaner and easier. Sometimes it's just the shape of your nail. Courtney says, sticky is working better for me. I always use it along with smoothing on top. Okay, interesting. A chatter said they do that too. That's how I use long lasting. Agree with body chemistry and occupation comments. I love you guys because when you review something, it comes with all the context. Because there's people out there who don't paint their nails as often, who don't really have that context, and I find it so misleading if like they're just reading reviews that are like, this product sucks, it chipped 2 days, bye, I hate it, never buying from this company again. I'm gonna need more context. I'm not saying that hasn't happened to people and people don't have a reasonable opportunity to be upset with how something performs, but I think with something like nail polish lasting, it's never just about one of the many products used. There is so many steps involved and variables, as we've been discussing, that when you provide that context in your review, it really helps other consumers, like if you're leaving a review on the website, understand where they can position themselves relative to your reviews. It's like when you're buying clothes, kind of, right? If someone says like, this dress had a terrible fit, like, I don't really know what to do with that. But if someone wrote, I'm 5'4", 100 and insert here pounds, slightly curvy on the bottom, and I found, and my bust size is this, and I found it was too big in the bust and too small in the hips, I would know what to do with that information, right? And so that's just how I feel about reviews. So I appreciate that this wasn't even like an official review, this is just on our Facebook group. That helps other people like understand and compute your review better. It's more valuable to them. So just consumer PSA, add context when leaving a review. It's so useful to other people. If your goal is to warn people, let's say, or just give them better consumer insight, into your experience, that's what I value. So I do encourage you to do that when you give reviews on anything in life. Okay, you're reviewing an apple, let them know. Did you have lemon juice right before? Did you brush your teeth just before? Because the apple might taste like shit. Yeah, context is key. Okay. Caitlin says, long-lasting pops like peely for me, but sticky has been consistently amazing. I've seen this and a little bit of the reverse. Some people have different base coats that pop off. Some people, they like the other one. And that's partly why we just introduced a whole other formula. Here's some other comments. Raquel, I use both at the same time. What? That's unhinged behavior. 7 days, no chip. My nails are still kind of polished at day 14. That's crazy. I've never heard of using two long-lasting style base coats at the same time. What? But I'm learning. Okay. Stephanie says, it's about the same for me. I change polish every 3 to 7 days. I have my hands in water a lot. Typical house stuff with pets. One thing I love about sticky is it helps my polish go on smoothly, so it'll help my polish from bleeding into my cuticle and sidewalls, much less cleanup. Love that. Okay, that's an interesting new note that I didn't really think of before. Nikizia, it definitely depends on your nail chemistry. Long-lasting base works great for me. Sticky base was kind of meh. Totally fair. Mary, as for my body chemistry, the sticky base lasted 3 days. Long-lasting base gets me about 4. Smoothing base works best for me. I got 9 days no chipping, but that took it off 9 days just to have a change. Okay, so for Mary, smoothing base is just their go-to, and that's fair too. So I intentionally included a mix of comments here, and just appreciating the way people on this post provided context, because when I'm reading this, if I'm like a consumer who's deciding, I'm learning a lot about the process, about you, about how it can vary, and to help me make that decision. Or to know that maybe this isn't a garbage product, maybe I just need to try a different one. In conclusion, it's been 2 hours. What have we learned? A, don't just slap on nail polish if you want it to last. Please, do some prep work. I beg of you. Praise be. What else did we learn? In conclusion, try sticky base. What are you doing? Try sticky base. And I'm not just saying that as some marketing tactic. I literally saw the data that said most Holo royalty hadn't tried it, despite being top purchasing customer, and then seeing the people who had tried it like it better. So what are you doing? And please don't buy it today. Maybe you should wait for the next time you're shopping, obviously. We're not trying to be stupid here. Place orders randomly, okay? There might be a really good reason you want to wait, maybe make just a week even. Just 1 week. Don't buy anything today. I beg. We've also learned that an advent calendar is whatever you want it to be in December. Even though the data did not support this, I am telling you. Oh, I finished my tea. Okay, discussion period. All right, class, gather around. It's discussion period. The presentation is over. It's been 2 hours of talking about base coats and advent calendar hypotheticals and please leave your suggestions in the suggestion box. I may or may not read them later. Does anyone know if the birthday rewards change once a week? Did we specify? I cannot recall, and I don't want to be wrong, but I know Holo Taco is doing a special every Monday from last week until all the way through the holidays. Our rewards are switching. Can anyone confirm if birthdays are switching too? I should know this, but my team has been, you know, managing these more minutia details. I think customer service said yes. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, I just don't remember. Timing of release, sticky base could have been an issue. Absolutely, KJ. Tariffs. Yeah, tariffs. Costs have had an impact on purchasing decisions. Absolutely, for sure. I will say most of Holo Royalty did pick up camping, though, and then just opted to not to add sticky baits to their order. I think it's related to our marketing efforts, and it's just kind of, this is something I have learned. If you don't spotlight the product from like a marketing angle, like put it first, put it on top, put it new, you know, and have other factors like limited edition, then a lot of people will just be like, maybe later. So that, I think that's what happened to sticky base. And I know some of you are coming in with more like realistic customer lens ideas, like, well, maybe it was the cost, and while that is a factor, I think based on what I have learned, it really is a marketing difference is what drives it mostly. So it didn't get the spotlight, it didn't get the attention, it wasn't the main hero. Camping took over, and then people kind of forgot about it. Yeah. Who do we want collabs with? Ugh. Too many people. The qualitative data was just a nightmare. I hate open-ended questions. I mean, I love them for you, but I also hate them as a data analyst. What's the best base to prevent staining? Anything that isn't peely base. And different bases I've found just from reading feedback will lead to staining better or worse on different people. So peely base, don't use that if you're trying to avoid staining. It's not that type of formula. All the other bases have some protection in them. So in theory, they'd protect against staining, but... Will sticky base rotate into Ulta? This is a good question, Chewy Cookie. Could use some cookies right now. Because right now we just have long-lasting base. There's a smaller selection of our nail essentials at Ulta, just because that's what can fit. But I'm interested if I get more data on sticky base and more people are saying they prefer it for long-lasting. Although, yes, every individual is unique, but if on average our results are proving that it is lasting longer for more people, then I wouldn't hesitate to eventually swap it out. But that wouldn't be anytime soon. I definitely would want more data on that one. It's not the same thing as like with a color of nail polish. Like you can kind of swap that in, swap that out, whatever. This would be a bigger decision, like, because it would be the single long-lasting type of base coat available. So many people got royalty because of points you gifted. Yes, that's right. We did give Holo royalty status to a lot of you. I forgot why did I forget about that? You are so right. Yeah, that's good context too. Becky, thank you for issuing a refund after shopping the vault sale. Select items should have been charged at value. They were originally... Yes, that was a human error, but these things happen, and we always correct them if you give us a reasonable amount of time. Will the Black Friday sale start at the same time as next week release? The discussion period was supposed to be about the results of the data presented, but I guess we're here now. Yes, it will. Can we get sticky base on sale next weekend? Honestly, I have to check. You know, I'm not gonna blame it on a bad memory, because genuinely, Holo Taco has released over 300 nail polishes, and more if you count like our base coats and essentials. And so we literally have spreadsheets and spreadsheets over like what's gonna be on sale, how much it is, and I have to remember. So let me go to, what's it, the holiday calendar? Hold on, I'm gonna check, because this was in a spreadsheet from the team recently that I'm supposed to go over. Wait, I did go over it. Hold on, I'll tell you. I don't remember the product SKU number. That's not helpful. There we go. See how much I'm scrolling? I have to go down to S. Oh my god. Oh. It will be on sale. Now this hasn't been finalized yet, so they might yell at me if it changes. But I am seeing a discount that would be 16% off. That's pretty good. It's almost too good for like such an essential. Why are we doing that? But as previous years, for Holo Taco's Black Friday sale, we've previously done, it's marketed as up to 25% off site-wide, with the exception of new products. So like our new holiday hypothetical advent calendar will not be on sale. We cannot afford to clear those out in 2 seconds. Thank you. But things like sticky base and, you know, everything else basically, other than the new stuff, will be on sale up to 25. Although I think we might have a few things that are technically more than 25. So maybe it's up to 30%. Renee Lately, how do you see the increase in Holo Royalty voting members impacting next year's collection? What a fun and unique occurrence, right? Because we had a huge uptick in Holo Royalty members because we just gave away a bunch of points when we increased prices. We felt bad. So we're like, okay, more of you can be Holo Royalty. So yeah, more people voted in this past survey. I don't think that the increase in people actually changes the results at all in terms of when we ask you what your favorite color is and what would you like to see. It's extremely similar to all the past years. So it's kind of just up to us to make sure that the collection vibes feel different than Disco Cowboy, for example, right? If I'm thinking of last year's. Just casually listening in while I drive home and I hear Simply say my name. It's pronounced Nikisha. My mom is silly. Wait, am I your mom? What? Will the hypothetical advent calendar be available during the Black Friday sale? They might hypothetically both happen at the same time, but our hypothetical advent calendar will not be on sale because then we would just lose all the money. A hypothetical advent calendar is hypothetically very expensive to come up with both in time, resources, cost of goods, supply chain challenges. And you will understand why. You'll be like, oh, yeah, that's fucking, you're crazy. And I'll be like, yes, we are. Good question from Alias Canadian. Will there still be 12 days of Christmas along with a hypothetical advent calendar? Hypothetically, it would be like a lot, right? For us to hypothetically do day one, this item in like our marketing social calendar, and also do day one, it's Taco Tuesday, 20% off, something else that isn't the hypothetical advent calendar, right? I think that would be like too much. I think we could all agree that would just be insane, because from a marketing perspective, like what am I saying first? Am I saying here's day two, or am I saying buy one get one free for something else? Like there's just too much, and we cannot focus. I know this, you know, just like no one saw Sticky Base when Camping was released. You can't do two things like that at the same time. We sometimes have to, and we want to group things for customers, but I think it's just too much. So there might be 12 days of Christmas, but not the marketing style calendar you are familiar with. Just a different 12 days of unboxing hypothetical things. So basically no, is what I'm saying. That being said, there will still be a declassified 003 polishes prototypes that did not make it throughout the year. She's still gonna happen. And we're just changing up our own rules. We're changing up our calendar, take out last year's, throw it the fuck out. But we're still gonna keep some of the things. We're still gonna have some giveaways thrown in there, but we're not necessarily following the 12 prior marketing days that we did before. It's just gonna look different. I prefer hypothetical advent to 12 days. Well, it's maybe a little bit of both, but not so like it has to be day one of 12 days of Christmas is this promotion. No, it would be hypothetically day one is here's what's in the calendar you maybe already bought. Okay, y'all are tricking me. Any more questions? Is a hypothetical advent calendar over 130? No. Is that your limit? Because I'm happy then that we're under it. I tried my hardest to make it as good as possible, but not as expensive as possible. It was a tricky dicky, you know. How come Sparkling Spurs isn't Ulta? Because it's pretty there. And it fits what the Ulta customer profile likes. And I kind of thought it was a nice nod to Holo Royalty to one time have their shade that was created land in store. That's kind of cool. So if you're Holo Royalty and happen to live near an Ulta, then you can be like, hey, I was part of that survey. What proportion of Advent is polish? A good chunk. Wait, is it over 50%? Yeah, she can't do math today. It's over 50%. The calendar's not full of doodads and stickers, okay? I mean, maybe there's like one sticker, but it's good. It is good. Isn't that a shaft to Holo Royalty since we thought it was limited edition? I mean, you guys vote things back that were limited edition. But as we kind of said earlier, like Just Kate is saying, thank you, Simply, that makes a lot of sense. Hope Ulta customers enjoy her. Yeah. Like, while I do intend to make things limited edition when we release them, I don't think that should preclude us from ever being able to have one thing come back ever. If people can enjoy something, if people like it, if it fits really well something, if people ask for it, whether that's Ulta or Holo Royalty voting something back, then yeah, we want people to enjoy that. And Sparkling Spurs is a incredible formula, crushed Holo in a really good color that just works really well for Ulta. So I'm happy. I'm happy for them, and it's okay to be happy for people after you already had the opportunity to enjoy that happiness. Yeah, spread the joy. Are the products in the advent calendar already in the shop, or will this be all new products? So hypothetically, if I made an advent calendar that was full of things you already own, would you be mad at me? I guess yes. So therefore, advent is 100% all new stuff. Nothing is old. Now, some of it might be the same but derivative, but still doesn't previously exist. How many times has she said hypothetically? Like, I hope you're not drinking to that, unless it's water. And now you're just peeing. Are we getting an email on Monday? Maybe tomorrow. Just to give you another day of heads up. That gives me incentive to buy then. Yeah, I would like that. I would like people to buy what we make and put a lot of work and cost and effort and time, especially this one, into. So yeah, I want you to want. I want you to want me to want what we sell. Hypothetically is a new allegedly. Oh fuck, man. Yeah. Any merch items on sale for Black Friday? All of them. Everything. When can we buy Plum Luck again? Holo Royalty has voted. I know the answer of the polishes that are coming back per their vote. That will happen at some point in the near future. Not next weekend, but it's coming. Where the team is holiday season. The season between fall and January is just absolute insanity when it comes to nail polish. I mean, why am I saying just nail polish? Literally every company who sells anything ever probably has a holiday season where they're very busy because that's when consumers are looking for things. But specifically in cosmetics, I find that like fall is such a good moment. Like people are really like, give me rich fall things, you know? Like they want the aesthetic, especially if you're into darker, moodier stuff, which we know is, I think, disproportionately the case for Holo Taco customers than like a Sally customer. So I think fall is always big for us in that reason. But then we roll right into what was previously my birthday and will now just be Halloween. R.I.P. to my birthday. Which is also a big moment for Holo Taco and you guys getting excited and interested. And then holiday, which is just universally a big moment for everyone because everyone wants Christmas for themselves and others. So yeah, which translates to our team, supply chain, everyone being like so busy on the production side and trying to get things in time, on time, QA'd, let's go. Like it's, whew, we're all gonna crash out in January after retirement. Hypothetically, is stock of the calendar good? There is no way to answer that question until it's released and we see how it sells. Honestly. Sometimes I know like we have a bit less than our previous launch, but there's so many variables that can affect who's gonna buy more, how many people, less, more. Like this is a more expensive launch, but also so was Birthstones. And you guys sold that out way too quickly. Okay, stop being so rich, because I had predicted that there would be less people buying everything and more people buying individuals of Birthstones because it was $149. But I was very wrong at that time. Also, the recession is here, but it was also here last year. And that didn't change anything. So I just find it is so incredibly difficult to predict. And ultimately, as a business, when you're investing in the means or the resources, the goods to like get the product together, you just have to do what makes sense so you don't go into the red. And sometimes that means slightly under forecasting, which means ordering maybe a bit less than you think people will order because you can't afford the risk of overdoing it or having too much. Even though if that materialized as you just said it did, then some customers would be disappointed that it was sold out. But this is just what happens, especially when it's a high stakes and a high cost and a high complex item that can only be sold at a very specific time of year, like an advent calendar. So in other words, we don't have copious amounts of stock of the holiday collection. Yeah. No jokes on the spoilers. Darned if you do, darned if you don't. Yeah, why is chat bad? What's bad chat doing? I don't know. Estila cat. Okay, so there will be 5 polishes, 2 toppers. Incorrect. A nail file, a sticker of some kind, and 3 mystery items. Maybe a peppermint nail oil or travel size hand cream, snowflake peel off decals, and a magnet. Okay, some of this is correct. Some of it's off. That's actually not a bad assortment you came up with, though. Vanessa, thank you for all the info today. What info? I said nothing. I mean, I presented your data back to you. Because we said no spoilers? Oh. What am I gonna do on stream? No, but actually, this just occurred to me. If 79% of you don't want a hypothetical advent calendar content spoiled, does that mean 79% of you are just not gonna fucking come to stream? Wait, don't go anywhere. Answer this poll. I need to know. Will I be alone? There'll be like 20 people here. Would you come to hypothetical advent calendar unboxing stream that spoils everything? Yes, duh. No. No spoilers. Literally the one thing I didn't think through. We thought through everything else. What day this is fucking this, how big this door, this box has to be to fit in this. Oh my god. Does the stream have to spoil the polishes? What the fuck would I do? Just show you the outside of a box? Hypothetically? And just be like, okay, bye. Like, what? And not talk about it? That would just be so crazy. I mean, like, I guess I could. That'd be like a Ben stream, honestly. That has the energy of a Ben stream. Split the stream in half. Just tell people to leave. Unbox with 5 people. Unboxing with 5 people who honestly. Close your eyes. There you go. Just close your fucking eyes. Don't want to hear it? Close your ears. Did people really say they don't want spoilers? Lady Alisan, we just got the data on that and we shared it earlier in class that you missed. 79% of Holo royalty open in a hypothetical advent calendar only on the days specified. No spoilers. Crazy. Maybe do spoilers at the end of stream so people can leave. Okay, but you know, because I know you're on our streams, I spend on average like 2 to 3 hours talking about the nail polish, comparing the formulas, talking about the formulas. So what we're saying is like just the first like 20 minutes would be just the box. And then I'd be like, okay, anyone who doesn't want spoilers, bye. And then the next 3 hours is we're here with 5 people. I'd just wait for the day. I can't stream every day in December just to talk about the one item. That's crazy. Do it in grayscale, but then you're not actually getting the information, right? I think the one thing people like about me doing a launch stream, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, is that I walk you through the color, we do comparisons, we do some combos, we watch the application, we talk about it. How can I do that in black and white? Because then you would never have the real reveal and the real me talking about it and educating. You know what I mean? One stream a day? No, I can't do it. But Holo Taco Socials would hypothetically do a reveal each day, you know. Show all items, but not what day it is. So just not show you the little numbers. Does that really change it? Okay. Yeah, maybe I could do it that way. I could do it that way. If that really changes people's perception. Okay, let's see. Would you come to a hypothetical... I can't spell. A hypothetical advent calendar unboxing stream that spoils everything. 68% said yes to 32% said no. Oh my god. There's gonna be like 200 people in chat. That's crazy. Wow. I just tanked my viewership. YouTube's gonna be like, simply not logical. What's happening? We'll just look at the box for a really long time. Exactly. This is a good compromise. That way we don't know what's mine. Okay, so that's what I'll do. I do feel like from a consumer transparency perspective on a launch, I should talk about everything and not just like put it all in black and white. Like, what is this, a pre-launch photography stream? No, that's different. But maybe I would do the hypothetical unboxing, but not show you what day, like just have all the items spread out after the spoilers. And obviously I would do like, spoilers, you have 60 seconds to exit or else I spoil everything. And instead you get to know about everything and show them out of order. I could do that because the order doesn't really matter to me, and the formulas don't care what day they're in, you know what I mean? You need warnings every 5 minutes on stream. No, I think the title would just have to be like, spoilers. And then it's your fault if you clicked in. Like, I can't help you. The title would say spoilers, yeah. I would watch the VOD for sure. That's the other, okay, that's really what I was trying to say, Jerry, is like, I want to be able to talk about the products fully. And then when you come back on VOD, if you choose to wait 32%, you can just come back and watch, and it's like you can skip the first 20 minutes that are, you know, me showing a box, hypothetically. And then you can watch me actually deep dive, like no more secrets. Yeah. Oh, well, but then you're going to learn about all the items on day one, so you would have to wait until the last day. That's like waiting a whole fucking month to watch stream. That's crazy. It's crazy behavior. I couldn't do it. I wouldn't do that. I would just open everything. I don't care. But the plan is yours. Plot your strategy. Up to you. I'll leave my laptop on so you get the view, but I'm not watching. Thank you, Traveling Matt. And just mute it. Just chat's really quiet for some reason. Show us everything. Just don't tell us what day they belong to. Okay. This has been useful because that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make sure I spoiler the title. I will spend the first 20 minutes just with a hypothetical box, and then I'll be like, leave now or forever hold your peace. And then I will show everything, talk the way that I should as a, you know, brand owner sharing, answering your questions for those who want to know. But then it's valuable when you watch it later, if you choose to watch it later, instead of just like being obtuse the whole stream. Not being able to tell the future while the world is on fire, this is true, currently is a bummer. It'd be satisfying to know the future of the next 12 or 24 days in December. Here for the spoil. That's an interesting way to look at it. Yeah, the world has been hard to control, hasn't it? On fire. Yep. So what you can know is the hypothetical... Wow, put that in the marketing copy. Yeah, that was dark. 1 mini stream a day would be neat. I don't think I can do that because what time are we doing this? Most of you aren't available at the same time every day. These times work for you and me because we've been doing them for so long, but it would just be like insane. And I think Holo Taco social media would be posting, the reveal for each day. That makes sense to me. So, and that's a quick and easy, like, tune in and have a look and then move on. So yeah, I'm not going to stream every day. I'll stream on my regular days. Spoilers in the promos too. Yes. I have already gone through with our team that there would be, if something's going to show a lot of something, the beginning starts with spoilers. So that means you keep scrolling if you don't want to see it. But at the same time, I hate the idea of just doing obtuse marketing and never showing anything. Because that is basically like teaser week for an entire month. And that is so frustrating. So no, there's going to be things that have like spoilers because this is what you're getting. And to me, that's more important from a consumer like value proposition perspective than just like, I don't know, not upsetting a person because they want to wait. Like, no, I want to be able to share the new products and like actually what we're talking about here, what the money is getting you. But you can choose to swipe away. You just have to do it quickly. I might have to unfollow Holo Taco. No! What do you mean? Guys, it's not that serious. Oh my god. Short of the spoilers. What do you mean? What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Like make a YouTube short? Well, Holo Taco will basically post the equivalent of that. Yeah, guys, it's gonna be okay. If you see something for 2 seconds that you didn't scroll fast enough, please don't hate me, okay? My goal is not to ruin your day. Just don't put them on Instagram. Joanna, what do you want me to do? You want me and Holo Taco just to go dark for an entire month so you can wait to open a calendar that you paid your hard-earned money for and know nothing about? Guys, how do I convince you to just listen to me? Guys, it's not that serious. Surely it's okay if you gotta scroll a little bit, okay? You saw one thing by accident. Your life is not ruined. It's gonna be okay because remember, you paid for it and it's gonna be good. And you're still gonna be happy on the day that you open it and actually use it. I don't think I'm prepared. Am I gonna get yelled at every single day? Probably. We are paying not to know. I think this is why I was in the, 12% who are just like, fuck it, I'm opening everything. It's like my version of the 2%. Don't hug the child. 12%. Open everything at once. Fuck it. Don't care. I just want to be an informed consumer. Sounds like You don't. But I'm gonna give you the option. So you can be that informed if you want to click through, see everything. But you gotta scroll away when it says spoilers. Yeah, it is what it is. Boosting the idea to put spoilers behind a few black slides. Well, how about just one? Not a few. Sounds excessive. Just one. You can, if you have self-control, then you either have it or you don't. I'm team 12%. I grew up in the 80s. I can handle a month away from social media. I can't. You're doing great, Queen. Can't please them all. Yeah, 79% apparently. I can't justify buying without knowing what's in it. This is how I feel. Why does no one else feel this way? This is just crazy behavior in this economy. And if it is new to my collection, so I really appreciate the spoilers. This sounds very logical, but Andrea C., the lawyer trainee, is in fact a lawyer. This is why it's only happening one time. Well, I did not think, that was another result that shook me, is that 80% roughly of Holo royalties said they would only unbox an advent calendar day by day. That shook me. I thought it was gonna be way more people who are just like, fuck it, I don't care, I'm opening it, I wanna know. But now I'm learning that this is adding to the reasons why maybe we never do this again. My goal is not to upset people. My priority is informed consumers, good value for money, showing you what you're getting. Same thing with any release. The fact that it's an advent calendar, hypothetically, shouldn't change that. Because I don't want your money blindly. I really don't. If you choose to, like, you have full confidence, no problem in that investment, then, like, that's up to you. But I don't want people to feel like that's should be their primary motivation. Like, mystery box, it's too much mystery box vibes for me. An advent calendar is about surprise, so to show people is ruining it. Yeah, but you're buying it. If you get it as a gift, I get it. If you're gonna pay over $100 for something and never have the option to know what you're gonna get for the $100, I find that pretty shitty. So, yeah. I like to know what I'm buying. And as a brand owner, I need to know that that is an option for those who want. So, we're gonna show things, but it's gonna say spoilers for 2 seconds. That's it. You gotta be quick. You gotta scroll. No one will be mad. Make me a promise right now. If something gets accidentally spoilered on you, even though it said spoilered, like accidents happen, promise me it's not gonna ruin your day. You're not gonna hate me. You're not gonna unfollow and say, I fucking hate this trash company. Please, I beg of you, it will be okay. We just hope that you love what's in it, okay? It's gonna be a good experience of nail polish and painting. Praise be. I will be mad. Shannon, no! Not mad, but really sad. Oh my god, guys. I know, like, you're being funny, right? Like, you're not, no one's gonna cry, right? I swear to God, if I make people cry on Christmas, I don't know how to help this world. All right. It is just nail polish, but it's an important launch for us and important enough for you to not know what's in it, apparently. All right. Okay. I have learned a lot about how to approach next week. What? Hypothetical stream? Ben laughed my ass off? What is Ben doing? Did I miss a Ben? My secret is I'm already mad. I just take it out on brand accounts on social. That is like the social media energy of 2025. And I'm not talking about me. It's everywhere. I'm like on a random post of Kim Kardashian, Katy Perry, Justin Trudeau, I don't know. And just like everyone is fucking hating all the time. Like they violated the worst social contract ever. Kill them! Is the energy. Maybe not those exact words. And it's so depressing. It's depressy-ussy, okay? Let's not contribute to that. Let's just be happy and cheery and scroll if you're mad, okay? Don't be big mad. Don't take it out on the internet because the internet takes it out on you. There's too much negativity. Stream love. What does that even mean? I don't know. Okay. Yeah. And I'm not being obtuse to the fact that, yeah, there's reasons a lot of people are unhappy. I 100% get that. I guess I'm coming at it from a, why make it worse? Why treat each other or strangers we've never met bad for no real reason, you know? Redirect the anger to where it deserves. That's my point. Don't do misdirected anger, okay? You take that anger and you fucking direct that at why you're mad. And it's probably not Katy Perry. Or Holo. Probably. Hopefully. All right. On 24th, they're going to be so mad. Is it 24 or 12? I don't know. All right. Thank you for joining me for this data stream. Feel free to leave any additional context, questions, comments, suggestion box in the comments below. Shouts out to the VOD squad for doing their homework later. And I'll read these as I am on my way out as someone who doesn't want spoilers. I'm so excited for this launch. I think it's a great idea. I won't be mad if I accidentally see something. Appreciate you so much, Quiche, 84 kilometers. Tanzo, just wanted you to know that my Simply Deceased made my Halloween so much fun. Thank you. J Nana, HTX Pop Mart blind boxes when? Maybe we get a Holo Taco Labubu. A Holo Boo Boo? I'm sure that would make no one mad. Alright, thank you to the mods, the cats, the dogs, and I will see you on Wednesday and then next Saturday. Thanks so much for watching. See y'all later. Bye!